Entonces empezamos Before Your Eyes. Es un juego indie, muy cortito. Mostrar imagen de la cámara. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? Me he quedado un poco loco, la verdad. Perfecto, esos son los ajustes que hay, ¿no? Mira, está extremadamente alto, ¿verdad? No hay, en serio no hay ajustes de audio, tío. ¡Ah, Dios mío de mi vida! Vale. He tenido que bajar con lo de Windows. Vale. ¿Qué? ¿Quieres permitir que las redes públicas privadas accedan a esta aplicación? ¿Qué? ¿Pero que este juego te tiene que coger la cara o qué? ¿Eh? ¿Este juego te tiene que coger la cara? Pregunto. Embárcate en una conmovedora aventura narrativa en primera persona en la que dirigirás la historia y alterarás su curso, con parpadeos. Esta innovadora técnica te permitirá sumergirte de lleno en un mundo repleto de recuerdos entrañables y dolorosos mientras ves la vida pasar ante tus ojos. Ah, amigo. Un momento. ¡Ah! Claro, ahora entiendo. Este juego emplea la detección ocular como principal método de interacción. Selecciona una webcam, pero esta que fumada, loco. Puedes ver with link interaction. Visor to use webcam. Ah. Si activas la cámara, el juego podrá capturar y rastrear datos numéricos sobre tus parpadeos para mejorar la experiencia. Los datos no se guardan, comparten, se registran. La excepción de los juegos, vale. No usar detección ocular. Vale, tío, no lo sé. ¿Lleva gafas? Sí. Asegúrate de tener la cámara bien iluminada, la cara, y que tus ojos sean visibles. Coloca la cabeza de tal forma que el recuadro se muestre verde y el círculo de la parte inferior se rellenará con cada parpadeo. Ay, Dios mío. Parpadea y rellena los círculos. No funciona, eso está roto. Joder. Y no puedo jugar y ya, pregunto. Así como idea, Vamos a ver. Jesucito de mi vida, que eres niño como yo. Por eso te quiero tanto y te odio con amor. No usar detección ocular. Lo puedo jugar sin detección ocular y ya está. Puedo jugar el juego, por favor. Te quiero decir, ¿puedo? Gracias. En este viaje tendrás que parpadear. El juego es capaz de detectar las veces que parpadea. ¿Ves cómo funciona? Perfectamente. Puedo parpadear mirando el símbolo blanco. Perfectamente. Cuando aparezca un metrónomo y parpadees, darás un salto hacia adelante. Está exageradamente fuerte el juego.
It's mine.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you?
Me falta una
I
oreja.
asked you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or
Hola.
hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is,
No, todavía no.
even though you're
Cuando
no
esté en la
longer
casa nueva.
in your body's still inside of you. If that
Ya he
makes
dicho que lo voy a
any
jugar.
sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that.
Te coge los
You're a
parpadeos este
blinking
juego.
genius. I knew you were special. You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? Better word than that.
Me quitan la coleta. Hostia.
A premonition
rapado?
when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there? Big scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life from proud to stern. Now if she's impressed, I get paid the Bitcoin and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well.
O sea, vamos, estoy muerto,
We don't
¿no?
have to
Este es
worry
el
about that,
barquero, ¿no?
because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory. Clock watchers. I got some words for you. Sorry you had to hear that.
Este juego no tengo ni idea. Es un juego que juegas parpadeando.
Maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come
Cada
in.
vez que parpadeo el
Your
juego
life.
avanza.
You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So, just think back to the very
Pero
beginning.
tienes que darle algo así. Parpadeo
First
y
thing
cuando me lo
that you
diga
can
y
remember.
avanza.
I'm gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, all right? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then. I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Now, don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it. And just
Está guapo,
try
¿eh?
to enjoy it this time.
Está guapo. A ver, te quiero decir. Está chulo, ¿eh? Mini punto para ellos. Tengo que hacerlo en plan mirando ahí, porque no sé si lo coge mirando para el frente.
We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that?
¡Eh! Lo coge. No, pues no.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Estoy muerto, ¿verdad?
You
see that big spiky plant over there? Right over there. Don't you? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree, covered in...
The day really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
Estoy muerto yo o ella, ¿verdad?
Where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
Okay. Go ahead, kid.
Lo que me preocupa es que me detecte un parpadeo de repente. Claro, pero bueno, está guay porque si yo hago así, no detecta nada. Tengo que mirar para abajo, ¿sabes?
Look at that. There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. It'll really be something to see how he grows.
He parpadeado sin querer, lo siento.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you?
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week.
Ah, manejo yo el barco.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
What do I like?
Ah, se quitaron todo allí y me banean.
I like the music.
That's very specific. Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
Yo el barco.
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So,
A mí estos juegos me flipan, la verdad.
do you think he's going to be smart?
¿Me estás llamando tonto?
I don't see why not. I mean, we're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be. Necessarily.
You're right. No. You're right.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just
Obsesionado con los
told
barcos,
you?
¿no?
Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectations.
Ok, creen que ha pintado.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot.
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
Hey, we do not throw things in this house. If you're mad that you aren't good enough yet, you'll just have to keep working at it.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
Okay, Benny. Are you ready to see something really special?
I just don't want him to get attached. Richard,
Oh, Dios.
What?
Un gato.
that's the cutest
Le
thing I've
falta un
ever
ojo.
seen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take him. But while he's here, I say we call him Ernie. Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so sweet.
Ernie. Hola, Ernie.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
Hola. Hola. Espera.
Very good.
Si me
Just
veis que
one
parezco
note
un
different.
esquizofrénico
That
pegando
one
así,
sounds sad, doesn't
es
it?
porque el juego se maneja con los ojos, ¿vale?
Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Sí, te vas a morir, ¿eh?
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up.
Vale, ¿quién muere y por qué?
I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know.
Puedes jugar con clic
Which
de
I
ratón, creo. Porque
very
ponía
quickly lost.
que podía jugar sin cam. Así que supongo que será con los clics de ratón. Yo le he dado a jugar con los clics de ratón, pero ha pasado de mi culo. Se ve que ha detectado la cámara directamente.
God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
Es que no me gusta ninguno de los dos. Pero... Egipto.
Now, you know the ancient Egyptians believed cats had godlike powers. They would have worshipped our little Ernie. Can you imagine? Sorry, Ernie. Born in the wrong time period, I guess.
Está loco. Me encanta. Coge lo de los ojos instantáneos, ¿eh? Es una locura, la verdad. Verás tú que me acá y me ha matado. Eso para el juego, que se lo pone el niño. Que se muere el padre o la madre. ¿Quién se muere? Aquí es todo el mundo muy feliz. Esto no puede ser.
Wait, is that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that?
Soy buenísimo.
Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Tocan igual, da igual cuál toque me está
anyone might be a good teacher
estimando.
for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure, not out here.
¿Ves, Nori, como no es tan difícil tocar el piano? Tú es que eres una
I
exagera.
know someone who might be up to the task. She's very gifted.
Richard, no one in this town knows
Tienen
anything.
vivir de mí, me van a poner
Maybe I'll just have to do it
a hacer
myself.
Twitch.
Good idea. I think that settles it.
But who's this mysterious woman you're talking about? I hope you're not in love with her.
You know, I really was for a while, but then she revealed herself to be much stupider than I thought.
Richard, what are you talking about?
Ah, pestañeado. Sin querer.
Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Cógelo, Ernie.
Don't worry, I already did.
Oh, thank God. For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Just focus on the interview, honey. I got this.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and
Hostia, el
then?
gato, la que valía.
We are fine.
Ay, pinche gato cabrón. Hostia, la que me va a liar. Ahora te va a creer que me he meado yo, payaso.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Claro,
Baby
seguro que te
steps.
entiende.
He's got one eye.
Está avanzando la vida, ¿no?
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
Entonces son idiotas.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as
¿Acaso
I
el
was.
metrónomo que sí?
He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me.
Agobiado. Oh, voy yo.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Eso está hecho. Esto está hecho.
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E.
Madre mía, una canción que no se ha tocado nunca.
And a 2E and a 3E and a 4E.
No ha pasado nunca.
You're off.
Una canción nueva,
You're
creo.
off, Ben. You can't hear that?
Y buenísimo. Dame un premio. Una galleta.
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy.
No me
Turn
digas.
around, L, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard?
Vale, el juego va de que la madre pasa de
Interesting at
nuestro
first,
culo
but
ya porque
if you
está.
keep going back out
hace
there every
cosas.
day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Hace fotos todo increíble.
Ernie, buddy.
Ay, que Ernie se ha ido.
Ernie.
Ernie, we need you.
Ay, Dios mío, que Ernie se ha pirado.
God, L, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
¡Hija de puta,
No,
la
I
madre!
said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Hostia, qué puta cerda.
I'm worried too.
Hostia, qué mala gente, ¿no?
Ernie, kid, come to Papa.
So you're saying it's a
míralo.
coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
Ah,
And you're
Vamos a
sure
ver.
about that?
Ernie, ¿te has follado un gato?
Uh-huh. And that was based on...
Pee-hole distance.
Say that one more time,
Ernie.
sweetie.
Pee-hole distance from the butt. If it's further away or something, then it's one or the other.
And what was Ernie's?
I couldn't really tell.
Well, what are we talking about then? I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
Ay, Dios santo,
No.
Ernie.
I didn't think about it. It
¿Qué has hecho?
just happened.
He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red. Were you able to pick up the new book?
Yes, the Manila Galleon was of particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah, got those two.
Extremely expensive, right?
No, can't put a price on learning.
I mean, they did. And it's stupidly good.
Ojo. Se viene.
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex. But just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
Sí, buenísimo, madre.
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
¿Ves, Nori, cómo no es tan difícil? Mira, mira.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisted in the competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Increíble. Tampoco es tan difícil esa obra. No ve cómo se pica, ¿ves?
Okay. 2 brackets on each side. 2 screws on each bracket.
Quiz said
Animal
find the
Ikea.
0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong
Eh,
with that.
Es suspendido, ¿eh? ¿Eres tonta? Ha suspendido, ¿qué es eso? 6 más... O sea, 6 entre 4 más 2...
Es que soy tonto, es que soy tonto, es que no pensáis.
Pero niña, ¿pero eres tonta? ¿Cómo que igual no he partido 12? ¿Eres retrasada? ¿Eres gilipollas? Madre mía, esta no tiene futuro, ¿eh?
Congratulations, B! First of many, I'd assume.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Hostia, va a dar todos los juguetes, ¿eh?
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down or I'll drive it back with you up there.
You're not my... Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside. It's late.
Maybe if you actually got me a playscape, I'd want to play inside.
That's not fair, Chloe.
You're not fair. You're not fair. You're not fair.
Me das
Hey,
asco.
you. Yeah, you.
No quiero, me das miedo. ¿Y si me violas?
Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking
Hola,
to
tú dices.
you.
Ah, yo me enamoro del pibe este, ¿no? Tenista, ¿verdad?
Why are you always out here taking photos?
Porque me
You
gusta,
know,
soy un
if you
boyero.
really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Hostia, tú me crees que me iba a hacer un calvo, ¿eh? Os lo juro que se ha dado la espalda y me creí que me iba a hacer un calvo.
Oh
No te lo he
shoot.
echado, ¿puedes repetirlo?
I think I gotta go. But try to take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty fast, so I don't think you'll be able to. But you can try. What
O
the
te la he echado,
hell?
payasa.
How did he do that?
Porque soy buenísima. Me creí que me hace un calvo.
Quiet, everyone.
Ojo, ya hay hasta conciertos en casa. Pi, 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 pi. Soy buenísimo, soy buenísimo, soy buenísimo, soy buenísimo, soy buenísimo, soy buenísimo.
Wow, L, he's
Ahora me
unbelievable.
deporto.
My God,
Esto
I
tiene
didn't
copy
realize our
seguro
head of
porque este
musical
señor era
musical
famoso
prodigy.
y me van a mandar.
yourself, Elle? No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But
You used to write your own music, right? Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
Dice que esto es muy
He's a
fácil, es muy
professor.
fácil, es muy fácil de
Well,
tocar.
no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
It's maritime archaeology.
Ah. Very
Oye, tengo que pestañear, por favor, ¿podéis terminar de hablar?
No one really knows what
Me
it
pican los
means.
ojos.
Living legend.
It's kind of one of those professions that stops a dinner party short.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, more wine?
I'll have a little more wine, please.
Nah, quite a shock.
Me pican los
The
ojos.
class is world history. My
Bienvenidos
name
a...
is Mr. Isaac.
Hostia.
The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
Look on your
Hostia.
desk. I wrote you something.
Hostia, le gusto, ¿eh? Le molo, ¿eh? Y- Querido vecino rarito. Si le preguntáis... Es que están hablando. Vamos a la misma clase. Qué casualidad, dame un favor. Cuando estemos en el colegio, haz como si no nos conociéramos. Y no me hables nunca. Con cariño, Chloe. ¿Qué?
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space.
Don't even look at me.
¿Te meto un puñetazo en el pecho?
Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide.
Pero que mira lo que me ha dicho la guarra esta.
Tell me. what
Dilo,
do
dilo.
you
Venga,
say?
Chloe, dale. Venga, venga. Ah, no sabes ni puta idea, ¿no?
definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh yes, of course. Come on, help me out.
Come on, Chloe. We're all waiting.
Hola, Ethan. ¿Qué pasa, Ethan?
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
Mira el móvil. Ethan.
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
Estos son los gormiti de este juego, ¿verdad? No. Me he extrañado sin querer.
Oh sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Pero será hijo de puta, pero se me ha dicho que no. Pero sí.
You are not my friend, by the way. Since you refused to help me in class, I decided our relationship is purely transactional. Okay, shut up. I really want this one. Maybe I'll use Tickle Stick.
Hostia, como dibujo ya, ¿no?
Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more
Cállate, que no me caes
different
bien.
stuff. Not me, though.
No me
I'll
caes
actually
bien.
kill you if you try to draw me, and you saw what I'm capable of in your backyard.
It's called a magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something.
Te ayuda para tu potencial artístico. Otra vez
So what do you
pestañeado,
think,
lo siento.
Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sí,
Sorry, he gets
es
very
un
shy.
perro horrible.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of.
Joder. Vale. Segundo. Puedo pulsar. Puedo quitarlo. Que no quiero la cara, o sea. Voy a poner la otra, ¿vale? No quiero hacerlo con el clic. O sea, es que me estoy poniendo muy nervioso. Porque se pasan las cosas solas.
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it.
O sea,
just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your
La
age.
gracia de lo que yo
I
entiendo
wouldn't
es
be
que
working this boring
lo
job
que
or
yo
living
quiero
in this
ser es
boring town, I'll
dibujante,
tell you
¿verdad?
that.
No pianista, ¿no? Arrugar. ¿Crumple?
What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed.
Mamá, que eso es lo que tú quieres ser. Que no quiero ser yo. Pianista. Que yo no quiero ser Jorge, mamá.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Vale, la idea es... Cállate, payasa. Ay, no me ha dado tiempo.
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
¿Sabes, mamá? Que me tienes todo el día aquí, frustrada.
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you not to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's
Lo sé, mamá.
fine. Let talk to her.
Oh, what do you know about anything that's going on right now?
Okay, you know, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't raise your voice like that.
Ojo,
Well,
ojo,
then
se
don't
pelean, ¿eh?
stick your nose into things that you're completely checked out of.
Okay.
Man,
maybe
did I just
am
cause a
little
fight
checked out,
with your
but
parents?
I actually
Sí.
think
I'm
the
sorry,
fact that I'm
dude,
checked out means
but
I'm
you
able
should
to
also
help
cherish
the ocean
these
here a
moments.
little bit.
My mom and dad used to fight, and I would always hate it, but now I actually miss it a lot. Anyway, so basically across the board, crustacean types perform well against mollusk types. So we gotta be leaning
No
on
voy jugando al
Lobstar
Pokémon
a
falso.
lot more in these reef battles. Then, once we get to the trench, we'll be facing what they call craniate types, so chondric types will be what we need. But we haven't even gotten any of those yet. Anyway, it's all pretty complicated, so we can go over it in history class tomorrow. But listen, I definitely don't want you to play without me, but if you do end up playing without me, spend as much time as possible in the Red Reef, because that's supposedly where you can find these
No
chondric
ve la
types,
chapa que me está
which
dando,
we're
tú.
for sure gonna need. But we'll talk more tomorrow, okay? Okay, I gotta go.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is Amamet, and she's got... and yes,
Mr.
that's
Kid.
she,
Over here.
the head of a
That's-
crocodile,
Look
fur
at
of a lion, see,
Loco, es que no me
the
cae
body
bien.
of a hippopotamus. though
Querido
I would not
vecino
say that to
rarito.
her face. Now, as you can see, she is ready to
Esta noche,
devour
cuando mi padre esté
any of the
roncando, voy a
deceased
escaparme
who do
para
not
pasar
pass judgment.
la noche en la playa. Si quieres sumarte a un
Sorta
dibujo
like
del señor
me
Isa
with your
Extrañido.
weekly
Con cariño,
quizzes.
tu vecina rarita.
So I
No
am
me
not
caes bien.
quite sure why I don't hear more frantic scribbling right now.
Qué bueno. Oh my, se ríe la
Why
payasa.
is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house. You better pick up my call, dude.
No me caes bien. Eres una mala influencia.
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children.
Richard. Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something.
Qué asco de madre.
No offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
Esto está guay.
No. Who's
Está
right?
está todo distraído con las discusiones. Vale, la madre es odiosa. Ya te lo digo. Básicamente quiere hacer sus sueños a través de sus hijos. Y eso es malo. Y ahora me piro. Y seguramente hay un accidente y muera la otra o yo.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory
Qué pesada
consolidates
eres.
when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Te tengo un asco, mamá.
Tell your son to turn the lights off.
Danny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
El padre. Mamá dice. Puto amo. Hola. Yo me cago. Hemos venido a jugar.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I mistook you for a baby.
¡Gilipollas!
Apologize.
Hola, Koaru.
Okay, so meet me out in the alley in T minus
Payaso.
now, okay? Chloe, out.
Segundo.
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I
Pocos
don't
tiros veo yo
think
aquí.
Consters is
Se
actually
maneja con los ojos el juego, Koaru.
game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash grab. So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game.
Que se maneja con los ojos.
But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much.
Cada vez que pestañea avanza el
So
juego.
focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like
Oh,
my
Inven,
favorite
que no es
vegetable
Inven,
is the
gilipollas.
tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever. And you're probably the least popular boy
es
in
Inven.
school, but I also like hanging out with
Inven,
you the
coño.
most. Which
Se maneja
was
con los ojos.
also something I wanted
Yo no
to
tengo que
talk
hacer
to
nada.
you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom,
Y si tengo los ojos pequeños, en plan, gracias, pues yo qué sé, te cogerán los ojos pequeños, no lo sé. A mí me están cogiendo los ojos con gafas.
this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways. I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me
Me
talk.
estoy quedando dormido, a ver.
My dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
Tienes más trauma que frijolito, Chloe.
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you?
Pero ¿cómo te coge? Con la cámara sí,
It's
se
okay.
conecta a
You
la
still
cámara.
got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe
Te lo
just try
calibra al
and close your eyes
principio
now,
y
get
cada
a
vez que
little sleep on the
pestañea.
way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery
Bueno, también
can
lo puedes hacer con el
seep
clic
into
del
your
ratón, vaya.
subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. We're going to be there soon.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited.
Oh, Dios, ahora lo voy a cagar, ¿verdad? La audición. Tiene toda la pinta. Por no haber dormido, estoy reventado, ¿a que sí? Hostia. Hostia.
Oh, okay, okay. I think that's enough.
Hola.
So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on
La cagué,
having you
güey.
come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay? All right.
Tu
I
madre va a
really
estar
want to thank
contentísima.
you and your mother for coming all the way out here. I know
Yo
it
cuando
was
uso los fuentes explota
quite
todo.
the drive.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father.
No, eres peor, eres
I
una
don't know.
dictadora asquerosa.
You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
Tú eres gilipollas.
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Tengo una
Just maybe
enfermedad,
5
¿verdad?
minutes, kiddo. Okay?
Tiene pinta que sí. Tengo una enfermedad, ¿a que sí?
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really...
Ay, qué hija de puta. Este es el sitio donde después estoy con la otra.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Hostia. Productivo es, las cosas como son. Todo aburrido, ¿eh?
Dinner's ready. Beans, you hear me?
Sí que voy.
Why isn't the sun eating us now?
Ya dibuja perspectiva ya y todo, ¿eh? Cuidado.
Well, ever since he got sick, all he
Desde que enfermó se ha volcado en el arte. Cuidado.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Solicitud de Facultad de Bellas Artes, pregunta número 3. Escriba brevemente por qué desea comenzar una carrera en el mundo del arte. O sea, le contestas con esto. Vaya fucker, ¿no?
You are not here to learn to be painters.
Odio un bodegón,
You
odio
are
pintar
here to
bodegones.
learn to be artists. And although I've decided to teach you,
Lo odio con toda mi alma.
it is a sham.
Pero tope, eso, con eso es con lo que se empieza. Lo sé, es asqueroso. Me voy a comprar regalo, tope. A ti te traigo un blue con el diamante o con el corazón. Con el corazón, siempre, always. Estoy pintando a mi profesor en pelotas. Hermano, estoy pintando a mi profesor en pelotas.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are.
Esto está turbio, ¿eh?
It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting
Sí,
card
soy un
artists.
artista. Sí, soy yo.
There you go, Mr. Bryn.
Feel each shape.
Soy yo. Arte. Esto es vamos, 10 millones de euros.
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here. You see, he has reached down deep within himself and
Sí, soy.
created a masterpiece.
Soy yo.
I'm stunned. The
ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
He's flipped the discourse so thoroughly, I'm actually dizzy.
Vaya flipaos.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Que sí, mamá. O quien se coño sea.
Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me that Elba Pressenhuber gave you her card. Now, I want you to cut that card into little pieces and feed it to an alley cat. Elba Pressenhuber is not in the business of the arts. Elba Pressenhuber is in the business of business. And you, child, you are no businessman. You are an artist.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Hola. ¿Firmo o me voy? ¿Firmo o me voy? ¿Firmo o me voy? No me queda muy claro el contrato. ¿Puedo leerlo? No me cae bien.
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
Sí. Prefiero ser pobre.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are. Ah, this is divine. So, now that you've grown your wings, tell me, young master, where will you fly?
Hostia, estoy en Egipto, como he dicho antes. Este. Joder, se parece a José Gómez.
Honey, stop. Is that Benjamin Brin?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out, and you still got rich. Oh, but listen to me, Benjamin. Now is the single most important moment in your entire
Haces bien, Juanjo.
Collectors,
Entendí la referencia.
how we all love a rising star, and how bored we become once it's settled. Keep rising, Benjamin.
Odio. Gaslighting, retracing, reinvención, no sé qué. Mira sus ojos, no sé qué. New York Forum. Me fui y dejo la maceta vigilando el chat, ya que ella hace lo mismo trabajo que yo. Ninguno. Estoy de acuerdo.
I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're such an important.
Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up. There's nothing you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting, keep striving. You make that work of true genius. I can just tell you're almost there. So, I'm going to hang up the phone now, and you're just gonna get back to work, okay? Goodbye.
Mal asunto. Está muerto, ¿verdad?
That's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. Huh. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny? You ready to come up here? Go on, B. Say something. Why aren't you talking?
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody is asking me. What's going on with Benjamin Brin? And what am I supposed to say? That I haven't heard from my star pupil in 6 months? This is getting ridiculous. You are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you're a little tease. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is a genius. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is silent because Benjamin Brain is hard at work creating his greatest work yet. But you are doing nothing! The world has forgotten you, Benjamin! They have moved on! And I have moved on too. You have broken my heart.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you.
Está borracho, ¿no?
I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again. I hope you understand.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean, I know she told you not to pick up the phone, but, well, I'm just so happy that you did. She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son?
El libro. ¿Va a volver a tocar piano?
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
Transcurso de un día, inspirada en la obra de su difunta madre, la compositora
Fifine. Oh my god, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that.
Sí, un momento. Pese a no haber sido demasiado conocida en vida, Brin sacó a la luz el trabajo de su madre con la creación de esta pieza actualmente. Actualmente Fifine está considerada una de las mejores compositoras de su época.
I just can't believe that my entire childhood I was living next to a bona fide genius.
Sí, soy.
I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something?
Eras tú la que no quería que te hablara en clase, ¿no?
I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Ah, el perro, ¿no?
You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a...
Don nadie, quiero decir.
Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one? His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. Now, how would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like... Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love? Now, be honest here. Don't be bashful, man. You can tell me. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're
¿Qué
liar
mentí o qué?
birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Joder. Vaya fumada, Paco.
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
O sea que yo estoy muerto, ¿no? Imagino, ¿no?
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Ah, engañado, ¿verdad? No todo era así, ¿verdad?
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you...
Engañado en algo,
once
¿no?
told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of...
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call? Keep your eyes open. I need to see. Let's try this again.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh, what is it?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep...
Ahora se ha puesto interesante esto, ¿no? Está engañado en cosas, ¿no? Sin darme cuenta. Yeah.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this. We need to move.
Hey, El,
Sí, no,
would
la
you mind
enfermedad.
taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Ah, pues no.
We can focus
Aquí.
in, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never going to get any better.
Okay,
Lo que he dicho.
let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. But it's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs. You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your
Hola.
grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius.
O sea, que no puedo hablar.
Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
La maravillosa historia de Benjamin Brain. Ahora cuando esté entero, ahí. Tuvo una infancia feliz, creció en un hogar acogedor con unos padres cariñosos en un pequeño pueblo cerca del mar, es lo que el otro ha dicho.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball. staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. First love? Okay, Benny.
Pero loco, no leas esto. Hermoso, me tengo que ir. Vale, Nori.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
O sea que lo que es mentira es el futuro, ¿verdad? O sea, nada ha pasado, ¿no?
But I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do. I can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. It reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay?
Vale, ¿y qué es lo malo? ¿Qué es lo que
Okay. Love you, buddy.
Benjamin fue un pringado. Fue el peor brain que ha pisado la tierra. Ni siquiera intentó combatir su enfermedad. Se quedó tumbado esperando la muerte. La muerte, a ver. Joder.
Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard, get up!
Esto es la muerte. Qué agobio, ¿no?
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been...
No estoy de acuerdo.
It's been a rough one.
Ah, me he encontrado, pero tengo que pulsar, ¿no?
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too.
I said, screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Pelea.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What? You're too scared to talk
Ay,
to
ya no
me?
sabe que estoy enfermo.
Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually...
Hey, Danny, buddy, did you just throw something? Kinda sounded like you threw your... I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, is that... That's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Estoy muerto, ¿no?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Es bastante fácil de tocar la banda sonora del juego este, la verdad. Venga, coño. Puta. Calor. ¿Y es cuánto dura esto? Bocata, pastillote, va cuerpo. A 3. Ahora son 3 pastillas, ¿sabes? Cojones. Ha venido Ernie. Ernie.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine.
Joder, chaval.
What do you mean she hasn't been over? Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Ya la otra ni me llama tampoco, ¿no? La de la niña del
Oh
colegio.
my god, you're an idiot.
Te mete un puño en el pecho.
You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at?
No.
Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you.
Hola.
I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Ya. Eres mi primer amor de verdad. Con cariño, Chloe. Oh, qué bonito. Tía, ya no puedo ni comer. Mira eso, mira, mira. Mira, mira. No, no, yo no quiero nada, Yo no quiero nada.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
Hostia, no puedo bajar casi ni el ratón ya, No puedo ya, no se mueve ya.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this cramp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
Del barquero, a ver, me está hablando.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Tía, lo cambio yo. Lo cambio yo con los parpadeos. Puto gato.
There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Brin. Benjamin Brin was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
A ver. Está guay. 1 hora y media. Está bastante bien. Está dedicado a mi padre, Robert Elmer, 1921, el hombre. Creador y director del estudio. Está guay. Está guay. Es un juego que no se puede hacer, que no se podría hacer. O sea, es una historia que no se podría hacer en un AAA, básicamente. Que es la gracia de los indies. Pero bueno. Está guay, es un poquito corto. Es curioso el hecho de que por cada pestañeo que pegues, a veces se le va un poco la pinza al pestañeo, más que nada porque hay veces que tienes que aguantar porque están hablando y hay mucha gente le cuesta mucho aguantar pestañeo, entonces o haces así y te vas para el lado y pestañeas en otro lado, o como te pilles saltas la escena. Pero como indie la verdad es que mola bastante. Estamos una historia muy cortita, muy efectiva, típica de indie. Era obvio, era ultra obvio que alguien moría. Está guay eso de que te inventen la Spanish Test, Beatriz Rodríguez. Una gran. Está guay eso de que te inventes tu vida como la que te gustaría tener y que luego el lobo se enfade y te diga, escúchame, cuéntame la verdad. Además es tan corto que, vamos, o sea, yo lo recomendaría que jugara a todo el mundo. Además, por lo visto tiene como que cambia cosas, yo que sé, a lo mejor si eliges lo de Egipto cambia otra cosa, si no eliges lo de Grecia, no lo sé. Que supongo que el final será el mismo. No tiene sentido que el final cambie. A lo mejor cambia la historia que cuenta la madre o algo así. Pero está guay, está chulo. Típico indie así baratillo. Que mira el Kickstarter, ¿eh? Mira el Kickstarter para que se haga el juego. Toda la gente que puso pasta. Está muy bien el juego, la verdad. El arte y tal, no sé. Visualmente está como muy curioso todo. La verdad. La cantidad de gente que puso pasta, para que se pudiera hacer el juego. Que es un juego ultra mega pequeñito, vaya. Yo creo que es de los indies más cortos que yo he jugado, 1 horita y media. Súper corto, además no tiene gameplay como tal, o sea, es más una aventura gráfica que un juego como tal. De hecho, sí, yo porque ya por último he puesto para manejarlo con el clic del ratón, porque me estaba saltando alguna escena y quería enterarme, pero de hecho es que no te harían falta ni las manos, podría jugar así, si quieres, ¿sabes? Y te va cogiendo los parpadeos y ya está. Está curioso, la verdad. Bastante bien, la verdad. No sé qué juegos más tendrán este estudio. No lo tengo muy viciado el estudio este, la verdad. No sé si tienen algo más. Este es que me lo recomendaron increíblemente en Twitter, la verdad. Juega este, que este es un indie, no sé qué, es súper corto, no sé qué, te va a gustar. Pero vale. Hace un montón de tiempo. Hostia, no, si puso gente pasta, Flipas. Flipa la de gente que puso pasta, chaval. No sé, me ha gustado. Yo es que a mí los juegos así de este tipo me gustan un montón. Y que te dure 1 hora y media para mí en este momento es ahora mismo un GOTY. Así de claro te lo digo. Que dure esto ahora mismo, que no tengo tiempo, es Dios. No sé, está guay eso de que el barquero, el diseño del barquero y todo eso está chulo. Ah, puedo parar los títulos cuando yo quiera. No sé, me ha gustado, la verdad. He jugado, o sea, para lo que cuesta, que me parece que me ha costado en las rebajas de Steam 2 euros o así, o menos, creo que ha sido 2 euros. Vaya, ya he vuelto, vaya. No sé, está guay, está chulo. Historia de un indie triste. Me la esperaba más triste porque yo he visto comentarios rollo el juego con el que... Supongo que esto ya depende de cada uno. El juego con el que más llora en la vida, no sé qué... Para nada. Para nada porque ya te hueles el final. O sea, el final ya lo sabes. Lo sabes desde el principio y ya sabes el final del juego. Que está guay igualmente, pero que ya lo sabes. final. De hecho, yo creo que por ahí al principio, antes de cuando estaba contando la historia, la falsa, digamos, yo me parece que he dicho, soy yo el que estaba enfermo, ¿no? O algo así. Entonces, pero está chulo, está guay, la verdad. Mini punto para ellos, la verdad que me ha gustado mucho. Está guay, lo recomiendo. Cuesta muy baratito y dura 1 hora y media jugarlo.